You know how everyone says, do your land search before you buy land in Ghana? I am even a strong advocate of this. You can see so many videos on my channel advocating for this. And over the years, my company has also been helping people with your due diligence, buying land, buying house, everything in between. Now, there's a trend that I am seeing, a very concerning one for that matter. And I am saying this from the stance of someone who's handled loads of land cases, seen all forms of land clauses, indentures, and everything in between. I am seeing a trend where people will do their search and still face problems. And in this instance, I'm talking about people doing their search, everything is okay, then months after they still would face challenges. Let me not even drag this further. Just about yesterday, someone called us. He bought land from Adenta. He did his search, everything was okay, and now another family has come up claiming ownership of the land. And so I know by this time you're wondering, okay, so if yeah, what must have gone wrong? What did they not do right? Well, stick and stay with me. I am not saying this to scare you. If you're someone who's looking to buy land in Ghana or you have already bought, you may want to stick and stay with me in the next few minutes and listen to what I'm about to say. Now, I'll start with a story of a client of mine. Let's call him Kofi, okay? So Kofi has been saving money to buy land. He wants to build this nice family home back in Ghana. Finally, he's got enough money saved up to buy his land. And he sees some land at Oyarifa, 400,000 cedis. His cousin calls him saying he's found the perfect land, but it's moving fast. And so they would have to, hasten or be a lot faster in ensuring they don't miss out on this land opportunity. So Kofi decides to do his due diligence. So he tells his cousin to do a proper search first before they pay for it. Smart, right? Yeah. Of course. So the cousin goes ahead, he finds a surveyor, they pay for the land search at the lands commission. About a week after it's in, it says that there's no adverse interest found. So the land is clean. The seller's name is in the records. Green light, perfect. Kofi sends the money the same day. Now, 6 months later, Kofi comes home for his vacation. He's excited to see his land, gets to the plot, and here's where he meets his biggest surprise. He meets three other people on the land, all of them claiming ownership over the same land. Can you imagine? Well, here's where Kofi finds out the land he bought was actually being fought over by two families in the High Court. So the person who sold to him was from one of the families, but the other family had taken the issue to court, claiming the land was also theirs. And here's a real kicker. This court case didn't show up in Kofi's earlier land search because the Lands Commission doesn't have all of those records. These records can only be found at the High Court Registry. So if Kofi had done his comprehensive search, 360 degrees, not just going to the High Court, gone to the Collateral Registry and other places, he would have discovered this court case and avoided a whole mess. But you see, just like a lot of us, we often would just get a surveyor, do the search at the Lands Commission, we confirm the name of the seller is there. Often that's the most immediate thing we want to confirm. We see the land seller's name there, and then bam, we just pay our money. So over the time, when I say do your land search, do your land search, do your land search, this is what I mean by doing a land search. It's not just doing it at the Lands Commission. It's a 360-degree one. Let me even share with you a story of another client of mine. Let's call her Amma. Okay. So Amma is a completely different person. Okay. So but she made the same kind of mistake. She's a nurse in London. She's been working and looking to buy some land in Accra in the last 3 months. So every time she finds something good, by the time she makes up her mind to pay for it, unfortunately for her, someone would have bought it. Okay, so finally, she finds this nice plot of land at Oyarifa. Good location, price, everything is okay. But then the seller tells her something that makes her panic, that three other people are also interested in the land, and that if she really wants it, then she would have to be fast and pay for the land. I know this sounds familiar for a lot of us. So Amma, who's been looking for land in the last 3 months, is tired of missing out on opportunities, just hastens, quickly pays for it, sends her 500,000 same day, Now, 2 weeks later, she tries to register the land, and that's when she finds out that the land actually belongs to a family. Okay, again, a family that's fighting in court. In fact, they've been in court over this land in the last 5 years. And the person who even sold the land to Amma is not even a family member. She's just an associate. Okay. Now, it's been 3 years. She's still in court. She spent money on legal fees, because she's trying to get her money. And here's what to pick from Amma's story. If someone is putting a lot of pressure on you, rushing you to buy land, then there's something wrong. Legitimate landowners don't do that. They're often very relaxed because, no pressure at all. They would relax, leave it to you to do your due diligence. Often they are not scared for you to also bring a surveyor on the land. The moment you tell someone you want to survey the land and then they're a bit, begin to drag their feet about it, it should also give you a sign. Okay, let me share with you another story of another client. Let's call him Samuel. Okay, Samuel is different, but he is a careful type, you know, one that wouldn't rush into buying anything quickly, as we have seen in Ame's scenario. Okay, so he sees 2 plots of land in Tema. Okay, he takes his time, he gets a proper surveyor, pays for a comprehensive search. The result comes. The search shows that, okay, so one plot is registered in the seller's name, the other plots indicate, and often the Lands Commission would say something like, um, there's no recorded transaction regarding this plot of land. But the land seller tells Samuel that, oh, both plots are mine. The land seller also knows that this land has been there for so many years. Nobody has actually come forward to claim over it. So he tells Samuel, oh, both plots are mine. I'm selling them. You can buy the two for 600,000 Ghana cedis. Samuel gets excited. It's in a good location. He pays for it. 6 months later, he goes to the Lands Commission, tries to start a registration, and that's where everything crashes down. Now, the Lands Commission looks at his document and then they write back to him indicating that Samuel can now register only one plot in his name. And then the other one, because the document he submitted could cover only the parts that actually belonged to the person who sold the land for him. Okay. But here's a case whereby Samuel has paid for 2 plots. Okay. So the Lands Commission explains to him that the fact that the land search result indicated that there's no recorded transaction in relation to this land doesn't mean that the land is free. And that's one misinterpretation people often, make when it comes to some of the technical terms and the search reports and what they mean. People would often do their reports. They don't understand what the search report actually means. And then they just would take it, pay for the land, and then years later face issues. So in this case of my client called Samuel, this was what happened to him. As if you're buying land and you see some of the terms in there, you've done your search report and everything, you don't understand. Take time, let someone explain to you, just so you have an understanding what it means before you pay for it. Okay. Let me also give you a story of another client. Let's call this client Grace. Now, Grace's story is going to make you angry. And let me warn you now. So Grace does everything right. He finds this land in Sphinx, does her search, results are clean, verifies the seller, gets a perfect indenture. She pays her money for it, walking away feeling very smart, protected. She's happy. She's been able to acquire the land of her dreams. But she makes one decision that ruins everything for her. She decides to wait 2 good years before registering her land. and thinking that, oh, I'm not ready to build yet. Let me just relax. When the time is due, I'll just register my land and I'm good to go. We are seeing so many people do visit. Now, during those 2 years, something terrible happens to Grace's land. The seller goes back, sells the land to two more other people. And how is this possible? It's very possible because anytime someone did a search in relation to Grace's land, they never found any name. It was still the seller's name in there. So they also thought the land belonged to the seller. And the seller, because he wasn't a genuine person, managed to sell the land to two more other people. Grace tries to register now, and now there are two more people claiming the same plot. She can't register the land now. In fact, someone had actually started the registration. The case has been in court for about 2 years now. Grace has spent more on legal fees, almost close to what she's paid for the land. At this point, she's close to giving up already. So until when you buy land, until you register the land in your name, it doesn't legally belong to you. The seller can keep selling it. So when you do not register, you have zero protection. Every single day you delay in registration is another day you're being vulnerable to losing everything. Now, let me also give you another scenario. Also, a true story, okay? And this is one thing that catches a lot of people, even with the people who are so careful to do the due diligence and everything. Now, most people think doing the land search would save them. Of course, it helps, okay? So they often would pay a surveyor, they do their land search, and they think they are protected. But let me ask you, if you're buying a car worth 500,000 cedis, would you only check the engine and then ignore every other part of the car? Certainly you wouldn't. Okay. But here's what we are seeing people do. We are seeing people just go to the Lands Commission, do the basics check. This check only reveals just an aspect of the land you're buying. Okay. So please, when I'm telling you to do your search, do a 360-degree one. Check the high courts, check the land commission, go on the ground, talk to the people around. When there's something bad in relation to the land, definitely you would know. The collateral registry is there. We are seeing cases of people using their land for collaterals. Have you been to the local assembly? What if there's a chieftaincy dispute affecting the whole area? All of these things are small things that I urge you to do so far as your land purchase is concerned. Because when you do it comprehensively, that's where you'd be able to, see where the gaps are and how best you can go about that land purchase. If it tends to have a lot of issues, you just put it aside and then you move on and look for another land to buy. It's just as simple as that. So these are some of the things that I am seeing coming up. I am seeing people do their searches, but they will still face issues because one, they do the search, they don't understand what the search report means. Sometimes they would misinterpret it, they pay for the land, and then later they would face issues. I am seeing people buy land, they do the search, everything is okay, but they wouldn't register. The land seller goes around to sell the land to two or more people. Later, they want to start their registration, and then they realize that, oh, someone has already started and they're almost due, close to getting their land title. What can you do at that instance? You've lost money. So please, when I am urging you to do your land search, and I would continue to do this, please take time to do a 360-degree search. Go to the high court in particular, talk to the people around, go to the local assembly, sniff, try to get as much information as you possibly can about the land before you pay them. And if you would like for my company to help you or assist you in your land verification, your property verification, and everything is in between, just give us a call. We are open to lending our support, to making it even a lot easier for you. If you're not in Ghana, you can just email us, you can send us a WhatsApp message, or even call us. And we are always open to helping you in that regard. And so I hope by this video you're motivated to take a further step so far as your land search is concerned. These are things, the lands commission we know has its own set of challenges, but you also need to protect yourself. Okay, you need to protect yourself. The system isn't as perfect, but what then can you also do to ensure that at the end of the money, your savings, your money is protected? And I'm glad I'm able to, over time help people, help a lot of our clients be able to do the right thing. We've helped over 100 clients with their due diligences, their land searches, like week in, week out. We get people reach out to us and then we are helping them. So we are glad we are making a difference. We are making an effort, like we're getting somewhere. But we also need people to be more aware just so they're able to do the right thing. And that way we all can acquire real estate, just as we really would want to. So my name is Efia Fosua, and thank you so much for watching this video. Please share this video to someone who you believe it might be of help too. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section as well. What are your experiences like? Share them with me. And I will see you in my next video. Do like, do share, do comment, do subscribe to the channel as well, just so you don't miss my next video. And let me add, we have a series running now. It's called the Touch and Finish My Home series. It's a series that's targeted at helping push or fight against cases of abandoned projects in Ghana, because we have like a structure, a proper structure that's geared towards helping people build their houses as should in Ghana. So subscribe to the channel just so you don't miss that. Bye.